Oh, I nearly got that perfectly timed then. Hello. How are we? Let me hide that for a minute. Where is it? Hello. Welcome. Welcome to another Stevia Illustrations. Hello. So tonight we're going to draw a cute red panda because I've been playing this game with actually with JC Harris, which has this cute red panda in it. Howdy. You might also be wondering why the lights all kind of horror filmy on my face. It's just because I needed it to light up my page a bit better, because I'm doing it IRL tonight, which is something I haven't done in ages, and I should have really done a practice run but ran out of time. Anyway, so I'll run through what I'll be doing. my plan is that it is a draw along, so I'll be trying to explain what I'm doing as I go, so that if you want to, you can draw along with me, or you could do your own thing, or you could just watch me. Yeah, whatever you really want to do. But that's what's happening. I am going to be sketching with a pencil. This is my cool pencil topper with a pencil, and I've got a great sharpener actually. So I'll be sketching, and that's sort of probably the bit that everybody will want to follow along with. But after I've finished sketching, I will probably do some line work with all these lovely fine liners. And then we'll do some colouring in with markers, which will be fun. Yes, I do need to just find my kneadable eraser. Just one second. I'm sure it's just here somewhere, amongst all the other crap. This is a story of my life. Alright, I'm just going to use normal eraser off the end of this, maybe. It's not really. Oh, here it is. Right. Yes. I've got these Menke. No, they're not Menke. Just these kneadable erasers that are really good. So the paper I've got is called Express It Blending Card Pad. It's specifically made for markers, and it kind of hi mum. It kind of gives a it sort of allows the marker to sort of sit on top a bit more, so you can blend the markers together a little bit like watercolors. But as I said, you can just follow along and just use a pencil if you want to. No big deal. Okay, so firstly, reference, right? So how cute are red pandas? Look at him. Look at this one. So cute. This one? Aww, I want one. This one, I saw this one just before I started the stream, and I was like, oh, that would be a much better pose. But anyway, I didn't. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do one of them standing, because I found, I'll just quickly add it to the stream. There's sort of an image that was kind of famous. Ooh, what's sorry, I'm just figuring out what I'm doing. Yes, add. Yeah, there's an image that was on Reddit, I think, of these two. Oh, stop explaining. You'll see it in 1 second. Yeah, there you go. So apparently when they get cornered, not that there's a corner anywhere here, they stand up, which is just so cute. I know that they're probably like afraid of each other or something, but it's cute. Anyway, so I'm going to do one standing, and I'm going to make him sort of like cute. So first things first, we're gonna not press very hard at all, because the idea is that we will erase this a little bit so that we can do the outlines and stuff and the markers later. So, sorry it's taken me so long to get settled and started. But first thing we're going to do is his head, which is kind of like a, actually we'll start with a line of action. We'll do that. So I'm thinking he's going to go sort of here on the page. I'm very sketchy, if you haven't noticed from my things. Hopefully you can see that. Anyway, that's that. I'm basically thinking of that as the spine, I suppose. And then we'll draw, it's kind of like a blobby triangle, like sort of a fat blobby triangle, if that makes sense, like this. I might sort of fudge that a little bit. Hopefully you can make that out. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit more. And then we will draw his, just sort of the base of his tummy. Probably, I want it sort of sticking out. So I'm sort of thinking about it coming out this way. And I'm sort of doing it around the same sort of height as the head. Actually, I might make the head a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, then we're gonna draw in his nose, I think. So again, like this sort of spine is actually, I'm thinking about that at the back of the head. So the front of the head sort of is coming down here, in a sense. And then I'd put a line here to sort of indicate where the eyes are going to go. So it's very sort of centered. So I'm thinking about that cross there as the center of the face. But we're going to do his little snout, which is almost the exact same shape as the shape of his head. And I think if you make it wider, it's a bit cuter. And then some ears, just do as little triangles for now. I might just add that in. So I'm thinking of this ear is actually behind his head, if that makes sense. So then we want to sort of build his body out, and I'm sort of, if you sort of think of I guess a square coming up this way, so his shoulders are sort of going to be around here, and they're going to be sort of up because he's going like this. And you can see their paws actually come up quite high on their head. So I'm going to have his arms maybe end around there. And they're just going to be sort of sausages that go and connect down. They go behind his head, behind his little cheeks. And then for his little legs, I'm gonna, oh, did I just spit all over the page? I did. Classy. Yeah, legs we're just gonna do sort of like little tubes. And I've got his stance sort of a little bit wide. So I think for me, obviously with digital, it's obviously easier to go back and tweak things, but I think in IRL sketching, you've really got to get what you want happening. Otherwise, you can't really just fix it later. So this sort of sequence is more important. So what I want to do is just fix it a little bit, because I feel like his tummy's a little bit low. I sort of want it higher, I think, like maybe there. So I'm just going to sort of erase some bits. I'm still not happy with that. Maybe I want his legs shorter as well. In fact, I think, draw along with me, I'll just make you redo it. I think I want him a bit more arched. Maybe his tummy is how's everyone going? I always find these sessions weird. If you wanna chat or ask questions, please do. Like ask why the hell did you do that, or why the hell didn't you do this, or whatever. So I'm just fixing up his other hand a bit. So now I think I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to add some more detail to it. How's that feel light? Is that maybe I should move over here a bit. Ooh, that's might be more difficult than I thought. It's a little better. So obviously he needs a tail as well. So we'll do like a curly sausage coming out the back. Like that. Give him a little nose. I reckon just a circle. If you're thinking about cute characters, then you want sort of everything rounded edged and circular and stuff. I think I'll do his eyes. So you could if you want to, you could do his eyes like little arcs. So looking happy. But I think I'm just going to do some circles. And I'm not going to do a full mouth. I think I'm just going to give him a little, I don't know what you call that, cleft. And we'll give him some eyebrows, which will just be some little squares like that. And you can see they've sort of got this white cheek bit. And looking at some of the other examples, it doesn't actually go all the way to the end. So it kind of points towards their eyes, and like this kind of shape. So just add that in. And add some like sort of edges to the whiskers. So it's got a bit of texture. And ears. So I'm just sort of thinking about this area as the front. So I'm just making it a bit, so this will be the back of the ear, in a sense. And maybe we'll add a little pad. maybe just 3 little fingers. There's the claw. Oh yes, a stripy tail. So I'm just going to sort of lightly indicate the stripes, or where I think they'll go. And I won't give him full paws on his feet. I'll just sort of give an indication of some cute little tooties. So there we go. That's sort of the sketching phase. Actually, I'm going to make him poking his tongue out. So what I usually do is sort of just clean it up a little bit. You know what's weird is I haven't actually done real sketching. I haven't done non-digital sketching in so long that I haven't actually applied some of my learnings in digital, if that makes any sense at all. As in, you know, I've sort of learnt things from doing digital, so I'd like to sort of implement them tonight. We'll see how we go. Especially around lighting, I think I want to try and think about the lighting, because obviously with digital you can just sort of do the lighting, like do some, you know, intense lighting at the end, sort of on top, because, you know, you're not sort of blending stuff. But with markers, similar to watercolors, you've kind of got to work from lights to darks. So you've really got to sort of plan where your light's coming from. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to have a blue, because he's going to be quite red and orangey. I'm going to sort of have a blue light coming this way. That's my thoughts. So I might indicate a little shadow. Hopefully I can blend it out into nothing. We'll see how that goes. But I'll show you some techniques for doing that as well. Maybe I won't put his tail in the shadow. I'll just have it. Cool. So there you go. It looks kind of grimy on there. I wonder if I can just changing the exposure. Camera, that's a bit better. Okay, so are people actually following along? I'm just interested. Obviously you don't have to, but just curious if anybody is. Cool. You'll have to send me some of your stuff when you're done. So, like I said, I want to think about the light. So when you're, oh, sorry, hang on. Oh, great. Cat's still good. Why not? So, what was I going to say? Oh, so if you wanted to, if you don't have fine liners or markers or anything like that, if you wanted to, you could, they're kind of cat-like anyway. I mean, mine looks kind of cat-like. Yeah, if you didn't have any markers or anything, you could just go over it with pencil and push harder. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to add markers and stuff. What I'm going to do is I've got what's that, 1 point. So I've got a ton of went through a phase of like getting obsessed with drawing again, and I bought all these markers. So I've got like a 3.1 oh, that's probably a bit too thin. I think what I want to do is, where's the 3? There it is. By the way, I've just to the side. Oh. Excuse me. Just to the side here, I've actually got another piece of paper that I'm just. I haven't used it quite yet because I will use it with the markers, but I'm just sort of testing things. So it's good to test, you know, how thick the line's going to be. I think I'm going to use that one and just a 1 point. So this one's thicker. Yeah. So my idea is that I'm actually going to, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to actually leave the bits that I think are going to be highlighted in blue. Again, like you don't have to, like if you just want to do an outline and color him in, totally go and do that. I'm just being, I don't know, experimental. Oh, actually first, this is something I love kneadable erasers for. Just to get off the that sort of layer of lead. So I like to kind of just roll it across, and you'll see it'll get really light. But it means that, you know, it doesn't, like when I put a marker on there, it doesn't smear the lead. That's just a little tip. So I'm going to sort of do the bits that I think are going to be mostly shadow. Oh, this is scary. I haven't done this in ages. Also, you might notice that I shake as well. I have a tremor in my hands, and I have had for ever. Yeah, that's the end of that story. I'm also not going to outline those bits that are going to be white. I think I'm just going to leave that. Yeah. inking is its own art, I reckon. Well, I don't, well, so do lots of people. Lots of people think that. But if you really wanted to do a cartoony kind of inking, there's also different methods to do that. Which I won't go through now, but I can if anybody is interested. I'll just do that, half of that. I'll do this part. Actually, I'm just going to black his eyes in completely, and I'll add the shine in later with the gel pen. I think I will do his eyebrows and maybe a bit, oops. So what I'm going to do is I will do some more lines in the thinner pen in a second. So I'm going down to the 0.3 one. The last one I had was the 1.1. Different brands, I don't know why. I think I don't know, I didn't have they didn't have the ones in the right sizes that I wanted. But you can see, actually, even me doing this, you can see how it kind of gives the impression that the light's coming from over this way, just because the lines are thinner. In fact, maybe I'll do lines the whole way, but I'll go down to an even thinner one, perhaps. Should I do that? Yeah, let's do it. All right. What's that? BS. That's the brush one. So this one's a 0.05. I don't know if you can see that. And I'll use that for the side that the light's in. How's everyone going? Anyone want to talk to me? Or are you busy creating? See, this is a shit thing, having the shakes, because look, that line's actually terrible. Especially when I sort of take the pen off, it doesn't really look good. You can see the shakiness coming out. But there has been times that that's probably too much. Oh well. There has been times when I just lean into the shakes, and I think that's why digital works well for me. Because I don't have to worry about it. You know what else I was thinking today? That if you do a bit of artwork and you actually say to yourself, "Oh, I'll never be able to reproduce that or do that again," yeah, that's probably a sign you need to practice more, right? Like, just keep going. You don't. Not. I mean, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I mean, because I suppose it's the effort. Like, if I finish this and I'm like, oh, I couldn't repeat that. I feel like I should be able to repeat that, you know. Oh, that's a bad curve. See, now I'm going to try and fix it, and it's going to not look as good. Ah. Yeah, see how that bit's thick? Now it looks dumb. Right, okay. I've got that down. Let's look at some markers, shall we? So I realise that probably not everybody's going to have a ton of markers, so feel free to just do whatever you want. But I've got quite a few. You're welcome to borrow them. I'm going to. I'll grab out some of the cool greys. I'll just zoom out maybe so you can see. Actually, what if I go wide? Sorry if you see my crotch. Oh, that's something. So these are all cool greys, and they're sort of, you know, progressively darker. That's kind of what you want with markers. Like, you actually want to sort of blend bits together. I'm just going to grab out some colours that I think will be useful. Actually, I might try to go for more of that sort of colour for the light that's behind him. And he can be a bit more sort of red and orange. What's that one? What else? I think I'll just use some, maybe I'll use some neutral grey. That's the other thing. When you get into markers, you'll be like, oh, why would I care if it's a warm grey or a neutral grey? But then there is a point where you're just like, I get it. In fact, maybe I want to. There's also a 0 marker, which is actually just basically alcohol. So you use that to kind of blend things together. All right, so what I usually do is think about an area that I'm going to color, and obviously we want to work from light to dark. So let me zoom in a little bit. Oh, come on. Excuse my tummy. So yeah, so you want to think about light areas. Let's start with, actually I do want some warm glaze. Oh, the other cool thing to do is to shade with a color. So like I've got maybe that one or that one. That purple might be good to shade with. Let's see. I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't done this in ages. But anyway, so I like to have a piece of paper that I can do tests on because of this issue. So let's say for their body, actually let's start with the face because that's kind of probably the most colourful. I just want to find so you'll see how that's kind of a grey brown, but then if I use maybe this one and sort of blend into it, I think I might get the colour that I want. Yeah, that's good, but I'd like something in between that. So I'm going to get another colour, maybe that one. Let's see how that goes. Oh, that's a bit red. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, let's do it. Oh no, actually, here's one. Sorry. Is this boring as all hell? Oh, I'm out of ink. Boo. Yeah, let's just go with this. Oh, let's try that. What's that one? Okay, so I'm gonna do. Oh, did I just put it back? Oh my god, sorry. Is it the one? Yes. So I'm going to start with this one and then go to that green, that orange, and then maybe add some brown to it. What's that? That one, that's up to. That's better. Yeah, let's go with that one. Yeah, cool. Okay. Fun, huh? So let's just get this in here. So I'm basically sort of gonna pretty much cover his whole prepared with this, except for the bits that I want to keep white, which you might not be able to see on here because it's a bit, yeah, on his cheeks there's the bits I just want to keep white. And obviously his ears, then maybe I'll do a little triangle in there. Worry about that later. Not being too fastidious about coverage too much. I might just gonna sort of like lock in where I think the color would be. Sorry, the light, I should say. Just because, see how this sort of got the red around the side, I want to make sure I get that. And the tail. The cool thing is you can always just go back and like grab a colour that you didn't really like or you liked a lot or whatever. So I'm just sort of going to make the centre of his face is what's going to be the lightest generally. Oh, I should have kept some space here for the blue. Oh well. Oops. I'm going to get the orange, this sort of orangey colour. And the cool thing is what you can do, and a good technique is you can actually go back to the colour that, so this is the colour that I just used, and then go over it again, and it actually blends it, you'll see. See that? Cool, huh? So I'll go back to this one. Yeah, and essentially I just go back and forth. Is this actually interesting for people, or is it boring now? I'm unsure. Yeah, I think. Just going to leave some of that lighter for the blues. This is coming out quite cute, actually. I think I might need to add some red to it though, or something. Maybe, what if I get this red? Seeing as he's a red panda, he should be a bit all red, I think. Maybe I'll try this one. No, let's just sort of brown. Just doing a quick test with the brown and this more intense red. Is that too red? Maybe just a touch. And then with this one, blend it together a little bit. Yeah, that's cute. So, what's news? Anyone got any news I want to share? I think I'm going to use this brown and I'll just block in. Maybe you can help me brainstorm a name. Ooh, cool. I'd love to see it. I'm going to just block in his arms and body with this darker brown to start off. Actually, JL, you'd probably be the same concept really for watercolors in terms of blending and working from light to dark. Another cool trick is to do the shading with a purple or something, which I got out before. I'll show you how that looks. It just sort of gives it a something. Sorry, I just saw it. Did you know the red panda stands up like that to appear bigger when they feel threatened? Yes, I mentioned that at the start. Of the stream. I heard that they do it when they're cornered, but that makes more sense. It's looking cute though, don't you think? Don't you agree? So I used that brown, and then I might go in with a darker brown, yeah. Oops. Damn it. So I actually think that this brown's a bit intense. So I'm going back to a lighter brown. And then oh, sorry, I'm just catching up. I'm too engrossed in what I'm doing. You said, do you think it would work for you? So when you feel threatened, you can just put your paws up. Is that what you mean? I think it'd work. It'd make you look bigger. So this is looking a little bit brown. I want it to be a bit, excuse me, grayer. So I'm going to use a cool grey. Maybe I'll start with a 3. So with Copics, the letter is the color and the number is the intensity. So like C3 is darker than C1, but they're both cool greys. Cool grey. Alright, there's your lesson. And you can see as I go in and just go over this brown, it becomes a bit more grey. Especially because this is a cool grey and obviously a brown is a bit warmer. And it kind of gives this interesting thing sometimes where it almost, I don't know, blends it out or something. But I kind of like that. I kind of like that effect. I might go a little bit darker. You can see how it's fun with Copics and these kind of alcoholic markers, because you really can kind of, oops, I missed a whole bit of brown. You really can kind of paint almost with them. Okay, brown. Except when you just chuck your pencils down, you forget which ones you used. But that's okay. Makes it more interesting sometimes. Let's go for, what's that? Cool grey 9, that's a bit intense. Alright, so what do we want to call this dude? Maybe it's not a dude, I don't know. Loaf. Brioche. I like brioche. That's cute. Loafy. Loafer. You see what I did there? I just sort of like didn't paint. Sort of like indicated where I was thinking about painting, but I didn't actually press down. Oh, this one's running out of ink. I can feel it. Alrighty, let's do some of this light in the back. feel like he almost needs a dark background. To make him pop a bit more. This is cute. I like how that's looking. It actually looks crapper on the screen to me right now. I don't know if that's because it's the exposure. Let's try. Maybe I'll do some more. Grey, not that grey. Yeah. And maybe a little bit of this red here. Often if you want things to look whiter, it's good to shade them a little bit. I think he needs some pink on his tongue. Let's get, what's that? RV6. This is the problem with you just get obsessed with them. Because look, I've got all these pinks, but which pink is right for his tongue? See, that might be a good first layer. That's like too intense. See, that's more of a pinky, so that might go well. Yeah, I think that's good. Actually, maybe that one is good. The one that I chucked away. Something. Yeah. Because I want his tongue to pop, right? You want a poppy tongue? Pop tongue. Sorry. I think brioche is a cute name. Let's go with that one. What's that one? 6. Maybe even this one. Yeah, let's do it. Cute. All right. A little bit more shading over here. Alrighty. I think he's looking quite cute. Let me just... So I've got this, it's a blue-violet colour. That's too much, not that one. I thought I had a lighter one. This one. Yeah, so that can actually be really cool for going over and shading as well, because it kind of gives it this bluish tone, which is kind of cool. Literally cool. Yeah, so actually maybe cute. I might just do his shadow. Let's grab this. Actually, I'll work backwards. Oh, I don't want to use this. It's C0. Oh no, it's C0. Yes, that's the right one. So you can see that's a really, really light grey. It'll dry a bit lighter. And then this is a C1, so slightly darker. And then I'll go to what's next, C3. Go all the way. C3, C5. Oh, this one's running out. Need to buy some more ink for it. You can hear it squeaking. C7. And I'll go back to C3 just to blend that in. It's kind of fun when it blends like that. Excuse me, sorry I burp all the time. I'm going to go back to the C1. Don't know if you can hear that squeaking, can you? Is there a 9? Let's see, 9. Yeah, let's do that for a bit of intensity. This is called ambient occlusion. The way something gets darker when there's less light, basically. So when when two objects are touching, like here on the shadow of my pen, it's going to be darker between the or darkest, I should say, where the two things are connecting, because less ambient light is getting in there. So it's being occluded. Just something to think about. I think I might paint. I shouldn't call it paint. Do the background. Maybe I'll do it green. Do you think? If I do, that's probably a bit too intense, that green. So I'm just thinking through the background. I've got these great blues actually. It's a great blue-green. It's a really nice blue-green too. Could go from that to the green to that maybe. Let's try that. I prefer the brush end, just feels better. That's quite bluey, but that's all right. Let's keep that in the bag. Then if it goes to this one, yeah, that's good. That's good. What about this one? Is that too green? Yeah, it's actually too green. But this one perhaps. Oops. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's do those. I'll do these 3. And maybe, do I have something really dark? What's this? 25. Yeah, maybe that. All right, let's Oh, wait. I should do the highlights. Hang on. So I can't find my gel pen, but you can actually use pencils on top of Copics as well. But I've got a Posca, so we can just add some little highlights to his eyes and maybe a little one on his nose. Yeah, you can do the same thing with a gel pen, which is a little bit more finer, which is good. I just realized I didn't do his little pads. I'll just quickly fill them in. Some of that. There you go, done. All right, let's go start with this. Actually, I'm just going to erase some of these, some leftover pencils. I guess you just need to know and be okay with the fact that as soon as you go over something with the markers, you're not going to be able to erase it. As soon as you go over with pencil with marker, you can't erase it. Like here, I don't know if you can see on his tail there, there's a little bit of the pencil coming through. I think it's fine, like, it's art. Oh, is this the right one? Yes. Just have to blend it a bit. I'm not so worried about this looking too, you know, messy. In terms of like strokes and stuff. But if you want to get rid of that, you just have to blend it more. Sometimes I feel like I'm going back through puberty, like my voice keeps going weird. I think it's kind of a side effect from the medication I'm on, to be honest. Whiteout is a great solution. I just got a fright then that I wasn't using the right colour because it didn't look quite right, but I was. Actually, you know what, maybe I will just blend with this colour. I'll help it. And if you really wanted to, I could get the 0 Remember I had that one here, number 0, which is literally just, I think it's just alcohol, but I don't find it works as well as you would want, but you can see it kind of, it just blends it, so it doesn't add any color to it, but you can just blend things a bit more. Now I'm getting overexcited with it after saying it was useless. You can see even there, like where there's little gaps, it sort of, I don't know, it helps move the pigment around or something. Ink, I should say, not pigment. I think this will help him pop a little bit more. Sorry, Jason, I know you hate that term. Basically, in the design industry, a client will be like, oh, can you make it pop? And it's just like, what does that even mean? Nothing is the answer. It means nothing. They need to be more specific. Oops. Yeah, exactly. They say it when they don't have any idea what they're talking about. I suppose to some extent I understand that. I suppose you should appreciate that they don't know. Maybe it's a chance for some teaching. Give them a lesson. When you say that, it makes me feel like you're not listening. So, sorry, I should explain. I'm just going back with this color here and blending a little bit. And get to some blues. I think I went a bit too far over there. It's a bit weighted. That's okay. Oh, I feel like I'm going like this all the time. You tell me if I am. Excuse me, let's add some light here as well. Can you actually hear that? Squeaks. Oh, actually, here's a little bit of learning that maybe I can implement from stuff I've done digitally. So light right. The shadow, like the color of a light, will cast the opposite color shadow, right? Essentially because that color is like the opposite end of the spectrum, you know. So I don't actually. Maybe it's just an illusion. Maybe. So if I add a little bit of purple here, shadows. And blend it back with some grey. I think that'll help it look a bit more interesting. And I might even actually, do I? I might go over the whole thing with a bit of purple. Oh, maybe this one, or this one. Or this one. Oh, that could be cool. Okay, let's not get too carried away. So look at this. I've got, so this is a nice sort of really dull purple, and it might help. Maybe not. Maybe it's too weak. Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm doing. I'm just trying it, but maybe this one, BV20. Is that a bit similar sort of shade as well? Might be good down here, actually. Maybe I should stop soon. Is it this one that I like? No, that's a bit too... Oh no, that's one. Yeah, maybe if I go... Maybe not over the whole thing, but some of it. Oh, and oh yeah, hang on. This one. No, if I ruined it? No, that's cute. I think. Isn't it? Yeah. Yep. No, this is good. Good work, Stephen. You did good. You did good, Steve. It's funny how sometimes like adding a bit more contrast to something. Oh, it's not funny at all, actually, Stephen. It's just normal. It's life. Adding contrast to something helps the lighter bits stand out. That's just life. That's just how life works. It's not interesting. What do you think? What did you learn tonight, JL? Just so I can quiz you on it later. All right, I should probably wrap it up, hey? Hey. But it looks pretty cute. What I could do is even maybe I would rather do this with my gel pen. Maybe it's something else. Hang on. No, it's not. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's not it. Story of my life. Balancing shadow, light source, blending colours. Oh, yes, you have learnt something. I don't think this was a gel pen, but let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see I'm just doing it on top of there. You can see it's sort of working there. So I could use that in then just add a bit of highlights on this side to make it really pop. You probably won't be able to see this on the camera, but you kind of get the idea, right? This is not a good gel pen, just FYI. I don't think you should buy this brand if you're thinking about it, because it's not working very well for me right now. Maybe I can fix that. Kinda. Sorry, but it does make it pop. Can't deny it. Actually, you know what? I should I should add some shadow from the tail on his body. It's this one. Because obviously if his tail was in the way of the light, you would get some shadow from that. This one. Important to always ask yourself, have I ruined this? No. That's the answer. All right. I think that's enough. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Let's sign this sucker and go to bed. No, I'm not going to go to bed. Actually, I'm just going to quickly it's never finished. I suppose with markers too, you've got to get used to them drying darker. Oh, lighter, sorry. Because sometimes you can, because this is actually the same color as this, but as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, actually, maybe it's the darker one. Anyway, I just wanted to blend that a little bit more. You can sort of use the blending marker for textures as well. I've seen people do that, but I don't want to. Yeah, like you just sort of go, and then it'll sort of like come out the texture. Anyway, there you go. Cute panda with a little belly. Oh, I need some whiskers. I'll just quickly give him some whiskers. Just some little ones. Ah, yeah, don't get this brand of gel pen. It's not good. Ugh, that looks even more awful on the screen. Oh well, it's not a freaking masterpiece, is it? It's just a bit of art. Yay! Whoop 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 whoop! You had me like for a second there. I got really worried because you said, "Okay, now do the playback," and I was like, "Oh, how do I do that?" But there you go. Panda. Let me just zoom out so you can see what my desk looks like right now. It's like Marker City. That's okay. I'll clean it up later. Anyway, have a lovely evening and the rest of the week. I'll be back next week. Not sure what I'm doing. I'll probably go back. What I'm doing. Not sure what I'm doing. I'll probably go back to some digital stuff, I think. But yeah, keep your ear to the ground and keep making art, because it's really fun and helps you deal with a lot of crap in your life. So I encourage you to do so, and if you're finding it hard to, shoot me a message. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what your blocks are, what's blocking you, what we can do to change it. All right, good evening. See ya around. Balloons.